Hello everyone, and welcome to After the Fact casting for the What CD StarCraft 2 Open. My name is Bad Dog, also known as Brainwash, and I bring to you today game number 3 between the Zerg player LiamLiam facing off against his red Protoss opponent Galactic. Of course, this is an MLG map once again, so these players are spawning in the cross positions, no close by ground, and in this case the first game with no close by air. I wonder how that'll play out for both players. Certainly, since Liam is intending to use any kind of harass with the Mutalisk, I wouldn't say that Mutalisk harass will be a downside here. It's not like he's going to be able to put on any less pressure since he isn't using the pressure in the first place. And there we go. We do have the Overlord moving out across the map, so he will know where his opponent is pretty shortly here, as well as a very early probe scout. I believe that Galactic realizes that what hurt him so much in the last game was that he just had absolutely no idea where Liam was right away from the start, so he needs to get a beat on him, get some kind of idea of where he is before those Zerglings come out, and Liam can deny those scoutings. And of course, this is game number 3 of round number 2, so this is the best. This is this round of, I believe. What is this round of? I honestly actually don't know what this round is of. So I'm not gonna say anything and get it wrong. I think. Yeah, I have really absolutely no idea what round of we're playing here, but it is round number 2, so we're getting even closer into those semifinals and finals, which of course will all be live cast by myself on my Ustream account. I am trying to sort out Justin TV though, because I understand that people have a preference for Justin TV. Even though reading up on the literature behind both of them, it doesn't look like either one has an advantage. I know that Team Liquid prefers Ustream for some reason, I think for its usability. Most other people use Justin TV though, so I'll definitely check that out. I think, you know, since other people seem to prefer it, I'll just use it since I don't actually really care. And there we go indeed. Spawning pool is going down after the hatchery, taking a look at the production tab. I always forget to bring that up, and goodness me, I've forgotten to bring up that tab for all of my games. Of course, as you can tell, I'm still getting very used to this casting interface. It's a bit different. And yes, Liam did indeed scout wrong. He forgot that this was the MOG, so that he had to send the drone over here as well as the Overlord over to this one. Yes, indeed. No close positions by ground, though, I might add, for Galactic here. Close positions by air. I guess, yeah, it would have to be across the map, though, because both of these... No, I've certainly seen players spawn here in the MOG, so you can't spawn there. I'm just kind of randomly riffing at this point. Oh, and the Zealot... Ooh, that is a bit of a miscue. The Zealot was not on hold position, and as a result, the drone gets by, no question asked. He sees that the one gas is going up for the Galactic, but not the second one. So we're not looking for some super early tech play, no kind of weird, wacky DT harass. So Liam will be a little bit safer, some would say, than you usually would be, since he did manage to get that drone in the base, and he can now also move an Overlord into the base anytime he wants to. Drone's just kind of chilling out there, and there we go. We do have a Stalker, so that'll be able to clean up the drone, no questions asked. Stalker versus drone, Stalker always wins. You cannot outrun a Stalker. Stalkers actually move faster than the drones and probes, so there's just not too much you can do about that. Except for, I think drones move slightly faster than Stalkers on creep. I honestly have never actually tested that, and I don't know what percentage creep increases speed by, but I believe it to be the case. So that might just be me, randomly spouting off information that's entirely false, but there you go. As a caster, you gotta make some stuff up sometimes, because, man, is it ever hard to cast early games. I am still getting used to that. That is, it's something else. It is really different from anything else I've ever tried to do before. Talk about absolutely nothing going on. And do we have, yes, we do have an early expansion coming out from Galactic. He has favored that in the last few games. And we've been playing on real macro maps, especially with the spawn positions. So it is not surprising to see that, Nexus come down. And I'm just going to pause the replay really quickly for 1 second, and then I'll just, cut out the part that's blank, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we are back from my very long drink of water. It was an 18-minute drink of water because I forgot to press F9 again, recording fraps, and I missed everything from this point on in the game to the end of it. So I was casting it, but I wasn't recording, so take two. Oh god. At least it was a really epic finish, so I'm gonna spoil that much. It was pretty awesome to watch, so, you know, I'm not that unhappy, but, I'd have been a little bit happier if Fraps wasn't a twitchy little bitch sometimes. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but man, oh man, is it ever a pain. I am not a fan of Fraps some days. Oh, well, we do have the lair teching up from Liam. Of course, he does like to get that lair out as soon as possible, as well as his gas. He is a big fan of his tech play from the Zerg, and I like to watch it. It's a lot more fun than watching Mass Roach stream across the map. It does seem to put him at a bit of a disadvantage, though, just because he doesn't manage to get that harassment on the Protoss player. And, you know, by the time Liam engages Galactic, Galactic just has such a scary army out on the field. You know, he's been going 2 base for so long, sometimes even 3, and it just absolutely rolls across the Zerg army. And of course we do have the spine crawlers. I can't honestly remember if I mentioned these spine crawlers before, so of course I am sorry if I do re-mention things over and over again, just because this is the second time I've watched it. But spine crawlers at the top of the ramp, nice little defensive concave. That'll certainly help Liam out. You know, it does make quite a bit of difference against the Protoss army when it's first trying to push up. We won't see any 4-gate pressure, though, just because that expansion's already gone down and we do have a forge. Galactic seems to really like to move out with the +1/+1 with a 6-gate. It seems to be his real preferred move-out point, and it is quite a nice build. And there we go. Liam talking about Freelance Whales. Now, he was talking about this last time, and I honestly don't know who Freelance Whales is, and neither does Galactic, so I feel a little bit redeemed there. And if I knew who Freelance Whales was, I'd put on a little clip for everybody so we could hear, you know, like, what the hell he's talking about. But honestly, I have no idea what he's talking about, so, you know, we'll just have to go with it. We can all go look up who Freelance Whales are after the fact, you know. Take a look at them, see if they're any good. Liam seems to be pretty surprised that none of us know who the hell he's talking about. There you go. Second expansion, 3rd base story coming up for Liam in the hidden location. He does like to put these up, and it makes a lot of sense to me, you know. Keep it safe from the Protoss army for as long as possible. Pathogen glands coming out again for Liam. He never actually seems to use the infestors, though. He gets this tech for the infestors. He doesn't get Neural Parasite, though, and then it just kind of sits there. He never, you know, it is a bit of a waste of minerals and gas that I feel he could be spending on something else. Could be getting out his Spire a little bit earlier, putting on some Mutalisk Harass, especially because Galactic isn't using any Blink Stalkers. This back line is incredibly open to the Mutalisk. Those Mutalisks would be able to harass up and down there all day long. Pylon going out a little bit forward. Just going to take a quick drink. God, I sound like an alcoholic when I say that. Oh, I'm sorry, I just have to take a quick drink here. Chug, 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 chug. And there we go, we do have a Hive coming up for Liam, so that is a very fast Hive. Hive on 100 supply, that's pretty impressive. At 10 minutes into the game, 10 Blizzard seconds anyway, so 10 Blizzard minutes, not seconds. Hive on 10 Blizzard seconds, I would be calling Haxors. There you go, push out coming here from Galactic, and that is a very scary army versus Liam. I don't think Liam really has enough to engage here. He certainly doesn't have the roach count high enough. The army supply for Galactic is getting a little bit out of hand here, and I think that's in part that harassment. He just hasn't had to divvy up any of his forces anywhere, and Liam isn't using the added mobility of the Zerg army to his advantage, so we'll see what's going down here. There we go, we got some roaches moving out across the map, just kind of gathering up with all their roach buddies. Gonna have a little party in the corner, and a pylon going down, able to warp in reinforcements. Protoss army doesn't seem to be willing to engage just yet, feels that it isn't quite large enough. He'll probably warp in one more round and then move in, I'd say. And we do have +1s, so yeah, he's actually waiting for that +1 armor. So this is a little bit of a timing attack. The +1 armor is interesting. I think he probably assumes that we already have +1/+1 coming from Liam, so he doesn't actually